Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm back with our Road to the World record, and we are here in January of 2246. We are halfway through our 6th season with Barry now, and halfway through our 230th season in this save. There's been a lot going on this year, and it's a very good position, actually. So to start off with, obviously every year our major nations change, the ones we can't sign from. Let me just find it. Hold on. So the top 15 major nations we can't sign any players from. These were the 15 major nations for this year. So Germany, Italy, Portugal, France, Spain, Brazil, Bulgaria, Russia, England, Croatia, Uruguay, Greece, Ukraine, Turkey, and Chile. Now, noticeable omissions from the top 15 is Belgium and the Netherlands. They were both out of the top 15 for this start of this year, so that was opened up a whole new area of players for me. So there's been a lot of transfer business going on. We'll start with the transfer business. Start on the outs, I think. Was there anyone sold at the end of last year? No, I don't think so. So going out, Darren Dingwall, our first big major sale, gone to Ipswich for 14.75 million. He was 27. He's on 80k a week there, apparently. He was on 20k a week with us. He just wasn't playing as much as well. I don't think he was playing as well anymore, and he was getting old, and I think it was time to cash in because we were in desperate need of some money. So we decided to sell him. He was a very good servant for us. I think it was our director of football who signed him in the end, but very, very good on a free. Sold him for about 15 mil. Very, very nice. We also sold Ramic to Inter for 9.25 million. One of our first big signings on a free transfer as well. Was a very, very good player for us. Didn't play too much last year, and selling him on for 9 million is pretty decent. Stojanovic also went to Port Talbot for 500k, which was interesting. Frank Hahn off to Real Sociedad for 7.25 million, our German winger. I can't complain at all, can I, really? Free transfer, 2 loans, 7.25 million. Lovely. James Sullivan also off to Parma for 13.75 million. Got him on a free last year, sold him on. Was a backup last year and now has gone for 13.75 million. We are wheeling and dealing currently. Also, Orovec finally went to Thanethi for 925k. Just never made it here. He had a good start, but just never was able to break into that first team, especially with Dingwall ahead of him. And then a lot of loans for our youngsters and a lot of free transfers for a few players. Just a lot of sort of getting experience for a few of these players. But here we go, the ins. This is the most important bit. So first up, Robert McDonald from Utrecht for 1.5 million, our first ever Dutch player. He's 18, centre midfielder, ball midfielder, box-to-box midfielder. Very, very decent. I'm surprised we got him for this cheap. He's been more of a backup this year, but he's going to hopefully come into his own throughout the year and in the future because he's so young anyway. Then we signed Omer Lilage from Ulst for 1.1 million. He is a Belgian left back, basically going to be cover this year for Pasaric. Not too bad at all, and very cheap as well. It's the problem we found is it's very hard to find cheap Dutch and Belgian players. Most of them, if they're any good, they want like 50 million for them, so it's very difficult. Daniel Valenta joined for 70k. Obviously, we set this up in January for like a sort of the Bosman, but it was just a fee of 70k, so not bad at all. Mitko Arsov from Ludogorets, a Bulgarian centre mid. He's out on loan at the moment. He's only 17 as well, out on loan at Birmingham, doing not too bad there. Then we had 2 fantastic signings, but neither initially could play for us. Javier Duarte from Libertad for 2 million. He's a Paraguayan centre mid. He went out on loan to Albacete initially, but then we actually got his work permit, and then he's been playing for us since then. So very, very decent centre mid. He's 18, already worth 10 million. He is going to be a fantastic player for us in the future. So we just need to get his contract a little bit longer while we got his work permit. Also from Libertad, or Libertad, maybe I'm saying Libertad, it's Libertad, for 1.5 million. Juan Manuel Barrios, who is a Paraguayan striker, 19 million. He's still out on loan at Libertad, but he's doing very, very well. I think he might get his work permit soon. 17 goals in 22 games extremely good. So those two Paraguayans, we spent quite a bit of money on them, but I feel like they're going to come good. We signed Frederick and Jock from Brasserie for 10k, just a Cameroonian attacking midfielder. He's not got a work permit, but what can you say? 10k, like you might get something from it. We then signed Jeffrey Vercruse from Ulster as well for 1.1 million. So he signed a left back and now a right back. He's got on loan to Le Havre for the second half of this season. Was mostly a backup this year, but thought maybe he'd get some actual sort of development out on loan. We then signed Stevan Ivkovic on a free transfer. He's an older player, Serbian winger, not too bad at all. Good backup this year. That's what I thought would be a good idea. Signed Ivan Suks from Olympic D, who's a Ukrainian side, but I think he's Slovakian. 19 years old centre-back, good backup, already getting multiple caps for Slovakia, so got some good pedigree there. Axel de Winter joins from KV McAllen for 100k. He's a Belgian right winger. I don't know if he's still got. Yeah, he's labelled as the next Jaden Thies, who is an extremely good Belgian winger in our save. So I thought maybe 100k can't really go wrong. He's only 17. Diego Pereira finally joined from Colo Colo for 150k. He's obviously a Chilean winger without a work permit, so he's on loan to Albacete. Then we signed Jon Jurgens, I assume it'd be Jon Jurgens. He's a Dutch centre mid on a free transfer of all things. Very, very good pickup from us. Didn't really rate him initially, but he has been very, very good and made his way into being a starter for us. Also, we signed Frans van der Broek from Lommel United for 1.2 million. He is a Belgian right winger, 18 years old. He was labelled as the next Raphael Dupont, who was an incredible player for us at Haverfordwest, won multiple Players of the Year. This guy was incredible, so to be labelled the next one is big sort of stuff to be pulled up to. So well, hopefully he can do well. Flavio Alzate joined as well from Nacional. Our Colombian striker gone out on loan again to Albacete. And then finally, Frizzo Ong Afat joins from Eindhoven for 500k. Most of the reason I bought him because of his name. It's very, very cool. He's a Dutch centre-back. So I think he's Dutch Suriname. So he might not be the best, but 500k is not that much. So yeah, a lot went on in the transfer window. Lots of dealings. Spent 10.5 million, gained 47.5. Not bad at all. So let's go into the schedule. We started off the year with our best win yet, 10-0 over Ryder in the Premier League Cup. McDumpy with 2, Valenta with 3, Rasmussen with 2, Suks with 1, Jurgens and Vukovic all with goals there. And then, even better than the 10-0, our first ever win versus Haverfordwest, 1-0, Vukovic with the only goal. One of the big things that's changed in this save is that Haverfordwest's old manager, Al Malal, who basically Haverfordwest finished last year unbeaten, won the Champions League, won the Premier League. He's retired now. And File, the old Real Madrid manager, has come in and he's changed the Haverfordwest formation and obviously changed the way they play. They did have a bit more of the ball, but that is our first ever win over Haverfordwest. Incredible scenes. What a way to start the season. We then had Porto in the Champions League best place playoff to get to the Champions League groups. Won the first leg 1-0, Daniel Valenta with the goal. Tom Pentra in the middle was a 1-0 win, and then a 0-0 takes us to the Champions League group stages for the second time ever, so it's very, very nice to see. We then started the league very well with a 3-1 win against Aberystwyth, Stoyanov, McDumpy and Vukovic with goals. Penny Bont in the Premier League second cup round, 3-0. Very surprised at this as well. TNS was 4-0. First people in our group was Grasshoppers. We were actually ranked third. We were a third seed for our group, so these are the fourth seeds, and we smashed them 3-0. Sindelar, Stoyanov and Vukovic. Bala we beat 2-1. Tom Pentra in the Premier League Cup third round was 3-0. One goal early on and then two very late goals there. Newtown, we won 3-1. We had Shakhtar, who were the second seed. We beat them 3-1 at home, which was incredible. McDumpy with 2, Marinkovic with 1 there. 2-1 over Bangor City. With a extremely late own goal to win us the game after being 1-0 down. They had a man sent off and we somehow came back from that. We drew 2-2 with Afan Leader at home, which isn't too bad at all, although conceding late did hurt. 3-2 lost to Benfica. This game hurt. This game really hurt. They're the top seeds in our group. We went 2-0 up in this game. Went to 2-1, then Branislav Basaric gets sent off. They score in the 87th and the 92nd minute to win that game. So that's very, very upsetting. Penny Bont, though, 3-1 win away from home. Very, very nice. 2-2 versus Port Talbot after going 2-0 up. We have a thing for throwing away leads, it seems. Benfica, 2-0 loss away from home. Couldn't do much. Beat Ruthin 4-0 in the Welsh Cup third round. Beat Haverfordwest again in the Premier League Cup semi-final. Now, this is slightly different circumstances. The Welsh Premier League Cup semi-final is actually in an international break. And as you can see, a lot of these players here, the only players I actually regularly play, Tinta, Madsen, Jurgens, Rasmussen. That's literally it. The rest are youth players. Similarly, for Haverfordwest, most of their players were gone. So it was kind of just two shit teams at it. They took the lead through Schmidt. We got a goal back through Rasmussen. Took us to extra time. And Josh Parry, who, if you can look at him, a 17-year-old from our youth intake, he's terrible. But he scored the winner and takes us to our first ever Premier League Cup final, which is amazing. They did get revenge on us when they actually had the full team out. Lost 4-1 away from home to them. Beat Grasshoppers 5-0 in the home leg. Tom Pentra was a 3-0 win. Thanethi 1-0. Aberystwyth 1-0. They had 2 men sent off in this game. And then this game, basically Shakhtar, we needed a draw to come second in our group. We went 1-0 down, then 2-0 down, brought it back to 2-1, then went 3-1 down, then went 3-2, 3-3, then we went 4-3 up, and then they brought it back to 4-4. Then we held out for the draw. Basically, I just went on attacking at one point. I think when we went 2-0 down, I went, yeah, let's screw it. Let's go attacking. And it somehow worked. Incredible scenes, to be fair. And if we look at our group stages, we actually came second in our group and get through to the first knockout round. 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Insane. Absolutely insane. Very, very good performance from us there. And that puts us up against Monaco, obviously, who are one of the best teams in the world. So, not the best. We then played TNS, won 2-0. Newtown was a 3-2 win. Bala, 2-1. Bangor City, 5-0. 2-1 loss to Afan Lido, a very rare loss for us. Penny Bont was a 3-1 win, which is incredible. And then Port Talbot was a 4-2 win. So, we've been doing very, very well. I actually want to show you. We're currently top of the league. Insane. Absolutely. We're in a title fight this year. We're 3 points clear of Afan Lido. We're 8 points clear of Haverfordwest, 10 clear of Penny Bont, and 13 of Aberystwyth, and then 20 clear of Port Talbot. It's all over the place. Haverfordwest new manager. He's lost to us. He's lost to Aber, lost to Afan Lido, lost to Penny Bont. He's drawn with Tom Pentra and Thanethi, and then Port Talbot. If we look at last year, Haverfordwest literally won 28 and drew 4. That's all they did. And they got 88 points. This year, I don't know how he hasn't been sacked yet. He is on one. Afan Lido are doing very well. It's very well. It's like 4th and 5th are suddenly 1st and 2nd. And Port Talbot down to 6th. I don't know what's going on, but we're currently sitting top of the league. And we do have a Premier League Cup final against Aberystwyth to play. One more game in the league. Obviously a cup round and then the Champions League. And obviously with the second half of the season, where it's going to get a lot harder because we're going to be playing all of these 5 over again. But my goodness, it's been going well. It's been really going well. Our squad has been playing very, very well. As you can see here, we have multiple players on 10 goals plus. We have 5 players with double-digit goals. Vukovic has got 15. McDumpy's got 12. Marinkovic, Valenta, and Stoyanov all have 11. We have been firing on all cylinders this year. Assist-wise as well, Vukovic has got 12. Marinkovic, 9. Stoyanov and Antionek, 7 each. And then average ratings-wise, I guess, well, we've got certain players that have played a few games, but Vukovic, 7.72 rating. He has been a star for us. Really, really good player. One of the players we thought we really sort of and ahed about signing has been incredible this year. Didn't have the best of starts last year, but this year's really got into it. Board-wise, we've got new training and youth facilities coming and a new affiliate. It's going very well. Finances, not so well. We're losing money. We lose money every year. We basically need to sell players every year, but hopefully we can maybe try and get one of these top 3 positions. The aim this year was to get 3rd, and for some reason we are in 1st. So we'll have to see how things go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back for the end of season, and we also also have a World Cup. I think I might try and put this out today, actually, on the day we're doing it. So we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday this save. This Saturday, we will be doing the World Cup 2246. It's already been drawn. Here we go. It's in Russia. England are back-to-back holders. Can they go 3 times? These are all of the groups. We've got some really cool groups going on. Haiti are in the World Cup, Honduras, Kuwait, Qatar, Wales topped their group over France, who didn't even qualify. It's going to be very interesting. So stop by and have a little look. It's going to be a massive one today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's been Alex, and I'll see you guys next time.